high school of art and design in Manhattan, on 57th Street. That's where I met Prodigy at. Biological grandfather was a jazz musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my father that raised me was a DJ. So music was in my life from like day one. We used to go to sleep to loud music. You know what I mean? So it's just in my blood. Production, you know what I mean? Like that was, I wasn't a producer, but Prodigy's grandmother bought some equipment for us when we was like, teenagers. She was watching us, and God bless that lady, you know what I mean? She bought us some equipment. Prodigy hit me up and was like, yo, my grandma's bought some equipment. I was like, what? I went all the way to his crib. I was like, move on. And I actually ended up making shook ones on that keyboard. When I'm producing, I'm like, I'm trying to impress my crew. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to impress my block, my borough, the world. Like I imagine that it's like 1 million people about to listen to this beat. It's not really all about money, but when niggas is really trying to offer you pennies and just showing you plaques and saying, but you can get this, we like, nah. You know what I'm saying? We not that stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nas was like, yo, Diddy got somebody for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? Like, yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? It was the fucking locks. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's your boy Fernie, and this is Force of Win Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Lavish Life Films, man. This is our guy. He's part of the family. He's part of the team. If you're watching this right now, this is a Lavish Life Films production. Shout out to my guy, Luke. All this professional shit I'm talking to you right now, fuck that. This is family. You know what he does. Video production, photos, Christmas photos, holiday, whatever you need. You got some clothing, you know what I'm saying? You got some brands you want to take pictures with. This is the guy to come to, man. He's going to get you right. Dope studio, dope location, very, very professional, very much on time with everything. Holla at my guy, Lavish Life Films, man. You see what we've been doing out here for the past almost 2 years now, right? Yeah, Lavish Life Films. He's the guy. He's the one that have us real looking good, man. You know what I'm saying? Lavish Life Films. Make sure you holla at them. It's Force to Win Podcast. You know the vibes. Get with us.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the motherfucking building. Down and discuss music industry workshop. Man, shout out to everybody who came out, took the highway from 2-3 hours away. We appreciate y'all. Y'all really here to network and put your content in front of strangers. That's what we're here to do. This joint keep cutting off, but
They don't want you to talk no more, that's why.
it's all good. But yeah, shout out to everybody who came out and took that drive. Shout out to everybody who came out who even live around here, though. We out here forcing the win. We appreciate everybody. But we got the legend in the building, Havoc of Mobb Deep. This is the type of vibes he's trying to bring you. We did our first joint with Benny the Butcher and Mass. We did a joint with State Property's own Emilio in Rhode Island. Now we're here in Connecticut with Havoc. We just bringing us around New England, man, trying to spread the love and the information for the independent artists to get right. We try and tell people to just, get up, hit that third lane, man, on that highway, man, shake some hands. Notice here when y'all came, there's nobody performing, there's none of that going on. It's just us here trying to really network and get to know each other, man. There's a lot of talent in New England. I just feel like we got to erase some state lines and people need to shake hands, understand what everybody else is doing, man. You know what I mean? So everybody, man, give applause for yourself for bringing yourself out here. We definitely appreciate y'all. We're going to have more of these to come. You know what I mean? Live audience, studio podcast with the live. We got the dinner. Shout out to Legacy Lounge. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Big B, a New Haven representative. You see he was playing a lot of independent artists these days. You know what I'm saying? He's playing a lot tonight, man. So make sure y'all tap in with him. We got a couple of podcasts in the building too, man. Shout out to Weed and Whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for Real Though Podcast. Unknown Plug, you're like a podcast / music review show. They in the building. You know what I mean? We got Beyond the Beat from Springfield, Mass. You know what I mean? My nigga Tree Money. Shout out to MR Entertainment in the building. Everybody's here, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Great God. If y'all don't know what the fuck going on, make sure you tap on my guy, Great God, right now, man. Sal Pacino's the manager. You know what I mean? My guy, DJ TKO, man. Another dude from Eastern Mass. Yo, let's tap in, man. Everybody's in the building doing their thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Get their business card, get their IG, their TikTok, whatever it is. This is what we doing, man. What's good, Leticia? What you got to say?
You a little too much. Shout out to Jew Pop in the building, right? Shout out to all you guys. I really appreciate you guys for coming out to see all you guys in the building right now. I feel the love. I feel the love. So thank you guys for taking the time to come out and join with us, right? We definitely have a legend in the building tonight. I appreciate you for coming to sit with us.
Thank you. Oh, Mike, you're on.
I just not working. Come on now. What's going on? Is it on? What's going on?
Thank you. 1 2 1 2. Music, is it on? Is it on? Good here.
There's so many people in the building. We got Dookie Chains in the building right now. We have Duke Pop in the building. We have my guy Slick in the back. He's a producer. There's so many people in the building. If you guys did not introduce yourselves to each other, shame on you, one, right? I also made folders for you guys for artists. It has all type of information for you guys of how to brand yourself and how to, what site you should be signed up to. So this is why we do this to you guys, so you independent artists, so you guys can learn, right? There's not too many things or platforms for you guys, so this is why we're here, and then we get to have guests like this. So y'all sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
That's right.
Right? So he needs no introduction, right? You need no introduction. We had said it about 50 million times, 11 times. But shout out to you. Thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
So, we like to take it a little bit back.
Let's take it back.
Let's take it back. Not too far back, but a little bit back, right? So, born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens.
Yes. Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn, but quickly moved to Queens, when I was 1 year old or whatever. And I'm a Queens nigga. You know what I'm saying? Raised in Queens.
Okay. So, now I'm going to jump forward because I was watching a podcast and I noticed that Queens niggas like to stick together, right? I was watching the Nori podcast. Yeah. And I was drunk watching you because every time they was like this or that and you were like, boat. And you had to take a shot. And I was like, this nigga's about to go on the stage.
I was lit.
Right. So I also learned that you went to school, Manhattan, School of Design. Right?
Yeah. I went to the High School of Art and Design in Manhattan. Yeah, on 57th Street. That's where I met Prodigy.
Okay.
Yep.
And then music runs in your family kind of sort of, right?
Pretty much. My biological grandfather was a jazz musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my father that raised me was a DJ. So music was in my life from day one. We used to go to sleep to loud music. You know what I mean? So it's just in my blood.
At what age did you realize I can do this? I got this.
When I was about 13. When I was 13, that's when I really was paying attention to hip hop. I used to be listening to groups like the Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. And then I just started copying their lyrics and shit. Writing down the lyrics to try to get a flow. And those are the guys that inspired.
Right. And then you being from Queens, so many great artists, so many legends came from Queens, right? Yeah. Did you feel okay, when you finally got your shine, you had big shoes to fill?
Hell yeah. I mean, look, I'm from Queensbridge where you got the Juice Crew, Marley Marl, you know what I'm saying? Roxanne Shante and all of that, and MC Shan. So I used to see them all the time as a kid. And then, when it was my turn, I just wanted to represent where I was from, Queensbridge, you know what I mean? And we went crazy hard. Word.
Let's see what this guy got to say. He got a whole lot to say.
We grew up on Mobb Deep, man. You know what I'm saying? Where we from, that was top of the line type shit, man, So shout out to you, man, for that influence. You feel me? So let's get to Juvenile Hell.
Juvenile Hell.
So on that joint, you would produce 3 tracks on there?
Yeah, I did three tracks on there.
You did 3 on there.
Yeah, that was my introduction into production. You know what I mean? That was, I wasn't a producer, but Prodigy's grandmother bought some equipment for us. And these teenagers, she was watching us, and God bless that lady. You know what I mean? She bought us some equipment. Prodigy hit me up and was like, "Yo, my grandma's bought some equipment. I was like, what? I went all the way to his crib. I was like, move on. Just started, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I just started Devoing the drum machine and shit like that. And so we was coming out with the new album Juvenile Hell at our first record deal. You know what I mean? I wasn't really that acclimated as a producer, and I didn't have too much confidence, but I still produced like 2-3 joints on the album. You know what I mean?
No, that's good though. You know, what machinery was you using back then? We got a lot of producers in the building, so I'm a producer myself. So what was you using back then?
Well, back then, what I could remember, it was like a ASR, EPS Plus, like keyboard type machine where you could sample in and shit like that.
And how long was the sample time?
Like maybe 8 seconds.
Yeah. You had to back then you had to get real creative.
Yeah.
You had to really.
Some of the machines was even shorter than that. Like
8 seconds back then was a long time.
yeah. The shit was like the A12 was like 3 seconds. You had to put that shit on 45, make it, sample it fast and then slow it back down.
For those who know 45, so the record player got the 45, so you had to play it faster for him to get that sample right.
Yeah. And so that, P's grandmas bought that, and I just was working on that. And I actually ended up making Shook Ones on that keyboard.
Shook One's part 1?
Shook Ones part 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Oh, okay.
Word. So, like I said, God bless P's grandmas, you know what I mean? I wanted to be a producer anyway, but if she wouldn't have bought that equipment, you know what I mean? We probably wouldn't even be sitting here.
Oh, word.
And then y'all found his grandfather's records in the basement or something like that.
Yeah, like P's grandfather was a jazz musician, you know what I mean? So he had mad fucking jazz records down there, you know what I'm saying? That I just was sampling them, you know what I mean? Just all day, like it was like a gold mine.
So listening to your beats, right? I always wonder, like, producers are different. Y'all have like a different type of mindset. Like, what is your mindset when you're producing these beats? Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing?
When I'm producing, I'm trying to impress my crew. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to impress my block, my borough, the world. Like, I imagine that it's like 1 million people about to listen to this beat. So every time I'm making a beat, I just put myself in that zone. So, you know what I mean? I put myself under pressure.
So I want to take it to sampling because I know a lot of artists like to sample things. And I watch a podcast where you say you tried to do Quincy Jones and Temperature Rising. But you say you couldn't get a sample, so you had to switch up an artist.
Yeah, we couldn't get it cleared. So it was a Quincy Jones sample originally. But then when Q-Tip was helping us make the album, he hit me with a sample that was made by Patrice Rushen. And I forget the name of the song, but that ended up being the Temperatures Rising beat.
Okay. And then my question to you is, okay, so when you did the It's Mine beat, right?
Yeah.
And that's Scarface from the Scarface.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
Yeah.
How did you get that cleared?
The record company just cleared it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they just cleared that. Yeah, they cleared. Look, I was surprised nobody didn't use it before then. You know what I mean? But Steve Rifkin, shout out to Steve Rifkin and Loud. They got it cleared.
And then coming to the Georgia Smith, is that part of a sample from it too?
Oh no.
With
The Georgia Smith song "Down for You" that we just did off the Infinite album, that's from it's called Adagio for Strings, made by some kind of classical composer, whatever it is. But people might recognize the song from being in like Platoon and things like that. It's a very familiar orchestra song that's like in like dramatic scenes of some of your favorite movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you met P and damn, it's like fucking me up.
Put your hand down here.
So when you met P, right? He already had a deal.
He did.
He already had a deal.
He did.
But you guys' chemistry is just growing so crazy. He like ditched the deal just to get y'all shit popping.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the gangsterism of Prodigy, you know what I mean? Like, when I met him, like you said, he had a record deal with Job Records.
Yep.
And we used to go up there. They gave him a little room where he could, you know, record demos and stuff like that. It actually was like a production deal, like a demo deal.
Okay, all right. So y'all put out Juvenile Hell. That didn't really hit like that.
Nah.
And so then the label, how's that talk? So the label just hit you, like, if we dropping you, like, how did that go?
It's not a good feeling.
Well, that just put more fire on you. Y'all didn't quit.
But I will say this, that it really, you know, it inspired us. It made us want to go for more. You know what I'm saying?
It made you want to force to win.
Exactly. When you young, you don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you fall down, you just get back up. I mean, and we just got back up. You know what I'm saying? Got a record deal with Loud Records. Once again, shout out to Seabird Beer.
Yeah.
And, you know, the rest is history.
So back then, it seemed like, so the technology was less, but it seemed like they had more A&Rs that had the ear to the streets. So Matty C, right, is the one that came to you to get you to Loud.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like these days there's no, you know, there's nobody out here really with the ears to the streets bringing people to the labels because you can develop yourself now with all this technology.
True. Now,
You agree with that?
I mean, yeah, that's the current state of what's going on right now. Like, there's no A&Rs at the labels. Because now they just look, you know, the executives or whoever's working at the label, they just looking at YouTube. They want to see who got something viral.
Yeah.
You know, they looking at your views and things of that nature, you know?
Yeah. So this first album that y'all did, what you guys get signed for, like 75,000?
I can't remember, but
I seen something that said like 75 or something, man. It was like something.
it was about like 65, 70. You know what I mean?
So in terms for these independent artists that's coming up now, that 75 was like an advance, or was that just to put your album out, like studio time, video, and
That was for studio time and like video, but
video budget stuff, and marketing, promotion, radio spins, and
you had to use all of that for that.
yeah. So then you had nothing left in your pocket for yourself at that time when you put this.
We bought a, you know what I'm saying, a couple of chains, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know.
But the money was gone, you know.
Yeah, the money was going ASAP.
Money
You know what I'm saying? So before the infamous album came out, you already had Shook Ones getting crazy love.
You talking about for the second album?
For the second album, yeah.
Yeah. So we put out part one. That was like, you know, ain't really do.
Shook Ones Part 2, should I say Part 2.
Shook was part two.
That came out before the album dropped too.
It did come out. That came out in 1994.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And back in them days, record companies used to work the record. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That record didn't take off instantly. We worked that record for a year. We went all around the country to all the radio stations working the record. And then it finally, you know what I'm saying, became something.
Nah, definitely became something. So me and my co-host, we were interviewing Benzino, and Benzino said that Shook Ones was the top New York record. That's the one that set the tone for New York, right? But you know me, I was like, well, yeah, that did, but I fuck with Cream. I fuck with Cream too. I ain't gonna lie. And y'all label based with Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? So Benzino asked me like, so what other records was fucking with Shook Ones? Like what? I'm like, you know, that made an impact. I said Cream.
Right there.
Cream was right there.
It's right there.
So my question to you is, so you already said Cream, but other than your record, Shook Ones, what other records you give that type of credit to that really set the tone for New York? What's your opinion? What you got?
Anything on Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? Anything on Illmatic.
Anything? I mean, yeah, shout out to Nas, of course.
New York State of Mind. Okay, that was Halftime or
Yeah.
The World Is Yours. I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, but those is high. Those are dope radio. I mean, album cuts, but I don't think they hit like Shook Ones hit. Like we did a unanimous like kind of vote on IG, and you know, nobody was saying nothing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Shook Ones is the one that really like set the tone. You know, just that beat you produced for that. The whole thing, the video with the Hennessy shirts. I seen Steve Rifkin said that y'all spell Hennessy wrong or something on them joints or something.
I probably did that.
Prodigy did it on purpose, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So just in case Hennessy come after y'all. I don't say Hennessy, it's spelled wrong. They can't sue us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Smart.
Exactly. And they didn't come after us, you know. So, you know. So
Yo, crazy.
I just moved to Mass at that time. So me being a Brooklyn girl moving to Mass, and when that song came on, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me. As soon as that beat came on, I was gonna live. But so we came from an era, right, where you actually had to be in the studio, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about just sending beats to artists now and just like not having that chemistry right there and then?
You know, look, I'm 50-50 with it. You know what I mean? It's all good. If you could just hurry up and do it fast and send it to the artist and he just body it, that's cool. But if you could get in the studio with the artist and and vibe with him and then create the beat on the spot, I think it make for a better song.
Right.
For sure.
Right. So, do you have any artists underneath you right now?
No, currently I do not have any artists.
Do you want any artists underneath you?
Absolutely, but I'm real picky. You know what I mean? That's why, and plus, I want something original. You know what I mean? It's easy to just go for the low hanging fruit. Somebody that's making something like somebody else, but I'm just looking for somebody that's cut from that cloth.
Right. So during the time you're doing the Infamous album, Wu-Tang was there. Y'all definitely grew a tight relationship with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How explain some of y'all first sessions together and who'd you guys, because that was a 9-man group. Who'd you guys click with the most out of that 9-man group?
Yeah, I mean, Wu-Tang was like our bigger brothers, our big brothers. We was label mates, which was amazing to be label mates with Wu-Tang at the time. They took us under the wing. And the two members out of the Wu that we kind of clicked with the most was like Ray and Ghost. So we started doing like songs and you can hear them on the Infamous album, like on Right Back at You and, Eye for an Eye.
So you got the tour coming up with Ray, starting November 12th, right?
Yep, November 12th, 30th anniversary tour of Cuban Links and the Infamous album.
What's your first city?
The first city, I believe, is Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, West Coast.
So why, you just said the closest two that you was to is Ray and Ghost.
Because they almost was like a duo within Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Like, they did a lot of...
Or why not Ghost on a tour with you guys? Or is he going to make special appearances here and there? You said who said it.
Ghost is busy, you know what I'm saying? Ghost doing his thing. So, me and Ray just said, fuck it, you know what I mean? Because both of our albums came out at the same time, like same year. That's why he's screaming Creed, you know what I mean? Because they both came out at the same time.
Yeah, Steve Rifkin had shit fucked up at that time. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying?
He killed it. I mean, to have Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep on the same label, I wish I was that lucky. Man, that's some crazy shit.
So when he first approached y'all for a deal or whatever it was,
yeah,
did you look at him like, yo, who's this white boy? And what, like, did you know about him?
Now, I never heard of him in my life, you know what I mean? But he had an office, a little cubicle up at RCA. And to be honest with you, me and P just wanted another shot. You know what I'm saying? Because after coming off the heels of an unsuccessful album, you know what I'm saying, that could kind of get your spirits a little low. You know what I mean? But somebody was willing to give us a shot. We like, who? Somebody want to give us a record deal. You know what I mean? Because we feeling kind of down, you know what I mean? But immediately after we got dropped off the label, there was interest. You know what I'm saying? And that was Steve Rifkin. Like, like you said earlier, Scott Free and Matty C, they brought us up to Loud Records. And he just started the label. You know what I'm saying? He only had Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? And he was like, yo, I got this group. It's called Wu-Tang. He gave me the tape. I never heard of him in my life. You know what I mean? But I was like, fuck it. He was like, if you sign to this label, I'll let you do what you want to do. Just do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to come in the studio. I'm not going to bother you. I'm just going to let y'all create. And that was very attractive to me and Prodigy.
Right. So he asked you, well, he mentioned the Cream and the Shook One song, right? So if he was alive, right? Who do you think if you guys could do a versus, who do you guys think could stand on the stage with you guys?
See, so me and Prodigy's a duo, so we would have to pick a duo to go against, right? And the only duo I could think of is probably like Outkast, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they a duo. If y'all know another duo out there that, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, those are brothers though. MOP, those are brothers.
There you go.
Okay, MOP, yeah, MOP, CMN. You know what I mean?
But y'all
EPMD. Somebody said EPMD.
that catalog was crazy. Yeah, but before even the Loud deal, Diddy wanted to holler at y'all too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I seen that y'all, y'all used to go up in Diddy's joint strapped up, especially P. You know what I'm saying?
That was P all day.
But this is back when he was at Uptown. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this is before. Is that before the Juvenile, or is that?
It was before Juvenile Hell.
It was before Juvenile Hell, right?
That's when we was like shopping around town to get a deal. And we was cool with Diddy back when we was like in high school, you know what I'm saying? He used to promote clubs and shit like that. And he used to be just getting us in his clubs. He had a club, it was called Daddy's Night or Daddy's House or some shit. Those shit it was called.
My man Diddy been here. I was
Okay.
oh shit.
Nah, but he was an ill fucking party promoter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, the nigga was getting thousands of people in the club. Like, you know what I mean? He was a pushing party promoter. So anyway, to make a long story short, what I was trying to say is that we was cool with him for a second. Then, he was like, yo, fucking let me sign y'all. But the problem was, it's not really all about money, but when niggas is really trying to offer you pennies and just showing you plaques and saying, but you can get this, we like, nah, you know what I'm saying? We not that stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but thank God that we didn't, you know what I'm saying, look at all the glamour and be like, yo, we signing the Diddy, like, you know what I mean?
But back then he was just on Uptown. Wasn't Bad Boy. Bad Boy wasn't formed yet.
But he still had like Jodeci, Mary J, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He was, you know what I'm saying? He was lit. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. Trust me, somebody could have went in there and be like, fuck that, I'm signing over here because they see, you know what I'm saying, all the MCA shit, you know what I mean, is real attractive.
So you guys didn't bite for that, right?
Nah.
But then Nas came to y'all and it was like, yo, Diddy got a y'all, which was the Locks.
That was later on.
That was later on.
That was later on, like, probably, I don't know, 96, 97. Nas was like, yo, Diddy got somebody for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Like, yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? It was the fucking Locks. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know what I mean?
So when you heard them, you were like, oh, we got some coming to that. We got
Absolutely. Immediately when I heard them, I was like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It wasn't a game.
So when did Big Noy come in the picture, man? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Big Noy was always there. He lived on my block. He lived right next door. His mom's and my mom's like best friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? His name is Towan. My name is Kiwan. So we just always was just tight. And he used to rap. You know what I mean? And so as soon as we got our first record deal, immediately we put him on the album. And
Yeah.
of course we gonna put him on the Infamous album.
So how did he get his own track on the first album and the Infamous album? He got his own track at the end. Like,
Oh, when he's freestyling?
yeah, by himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I called three faces, three places, one Queens,
Oh,
Brooklyn. Yeah, that was some shit that I wasn't even in the studio that day, but him and Prodigy was vibing, and they did a little skit before Give Up the Goods, I believe.
Oh, okay. So his first album, how many tracks you produced on that? Like two or?
I think I produced almost the
whole thing?
Yeah.
That was the whole thing for Noise Joint?
Whole shit, yeah. Like, and then he ended up getting locked up in the middle of the project. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Who he had to deal with when you was doing that? Was independent?
Nah, he was with Tommy Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was with Tommy Boy. So, you know what I mean? But, we did the best we could. You know what I mean? He got locked up and we just had to, do the album.
So now we about to go transition to Hell on Earth. In between this one Pac was talking crazy. This one Pac was like, he was talking that talk. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on that album, y'all was gonna have that drop a gem on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was
our Tupac response.
That was your Tupac
That was
response.
our Tupac response, because obviously, everybody heard Hit 'Em Up. Well,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And we wanted all the smoke.
Yeah. So when you first heard this guy Pac going at y'all, what was your feeling like? What was you like?
I was happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was famous at the time. You know what I mean? So we was like, fuck it. It's
more like
it's up. You know what I mean? Nah, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Because, look, he mentioned us, and we was going to mention him back. But unfortunately, you know, when we put out the response record, he got shot. You know what I mean? And then he died like some days later. So, you know, out of respect, we pulled the record. And, you know, even when we was going through that with Pop, we had love for him, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's hot.
I know Project felt some type of way though, more, you know.
You know, that's P. P, P, you know what I'm saying? He that dude.
So then you got on LA. When was LA? When did that come out? That was that after Pac passed? I'm trying to remember the timeline. That was before Pac passed. When LA came out.
It had to be before.
Before, right? Yeah.
Before. Yeah, it was before.
And what was the energy in that studio when y'all was doing that? Because it was you, P, Nori.
Yeah, that was an idea that Traz came up with. You know what I mean? He was like, "Yo, let's do a response record back to New York," and we did it. We did it. We didn't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? We just did it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So my favorite track on Hell on Earth was "Give It Up Fast." Why I never shot a video for that, man? That track was crazy, man. That was my personal question.
You're working with a limited budget. You know what I'm saying? You only just shooting 3 videos. So you gotta pick the smartest 3 videos you could pick. So that's Hell on Earth. So we shot G.O.D. Part 3.
Yep.
Hell on Earth. And shit, I don't even know what the fuck was the third one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Limited budget.
Man, that was my joint, though. Give It Up Fast. I wish I shot a video for that, though. But, you know, shout out to Nas on that one. Big Noid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You, of course, P. So back then, P was in so at this time when Infamous came out, you know, y'all was talking about, P was talking about, you know, Illuminati of my mind, soul, and my body, secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. Y'all motherfucking 15, 16 talking about this shit. I didn't learn nothing about Illuminati, secret society, all this extra shit going on till like my mid-20s. What was y'all fucking with Dr. McCullough guy? What was his name? That dude, York or something? Like how was y'all tapped in this young, knowing that, into this?
That was P, because P was deep, you know what I mean? He was tapped in with all of that, you know. He was affiliated with Dr. Malachi York.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think he went down there and just chilled with him for a little while and gained some knowledge. Came back, he just started spitting it. Word.
Yeah, because y'all was young doing this.
Y'all
was 16, 17, you know what I'm saying, talking this shit. So I'm just, at that age, I'm like 10. You know what I'm saying? I got my, I don't know what the fuck, I'm just, got my headphones on, repeating what y'all talking about. Illuminati, secret society. You know, I'm like, dang. What the fuck I was talking about back then? But then I get older, you go back into these albums, like, these niggas was ahead of their goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Because the young kids out here these days, niggas ain't talking about nothing too real, too potent. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all was really dropping some gems, though. You know what I mean?
So, what year were you guys known as, was it Political Prophet? Poetical Prophets. And was that part of the whole, is that when y'all was talking all that?
Political stuff and all of that? Nah. It came after. But we was Poetical Prophets in high school.
Okay.
In high school, we was the Poetical Prophets. And he was the one that actually, you know what I'm saying, got us to change our name. When he was trying to sign us, he was like, yo, man, but y'all got to change your name, X, Y, and Z. And he just wanted a name that some shit we used to say around the way. Like, if we seen a group of, you know what I'm saying, people, like a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, dudes, we were like, oh, shit, them niggas was Mobb Deep, you know what I mean? And we used to always say that. And so we was like, yo, let's just name our group Mobb Deep. And that's how we got that.
And it stuck.
It definitely stuck. And it went up.
So now we get to Murder Music. Before Murder Music dropped, they bootlegged the fuck out that shit. Yo, so what do you think happened back then? Like, you got any idea how that shit got leaked?
Easy, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody in the studio that we used to work in, because back then, like, you'll do a song and they'll put it on a DAT tape. They don't make them no more, but they used to put it on that. And, you know, them shits used to be like kind of laying around in the studio. So if you got some kind of intern that's in there that you could get a couple of dollars from, you know what I'm saying, somebody to leak it, they gonna do that. And they leaked like half of the fucking Murder Music album. It really hurt my heart because we had to do half of the album over.
Damn. So back then, I was in the mixtape game heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? This young boy listening to mixtapes. You had the Mobb misses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A bunch of songs that could have been an album. The Mobb. This was all originals, and J Love got them.
Yeah.
How did DJ Love get those? Did you guys give it to him, or was it like what happened with that?
It's still a mystery to me.
Oh, so that was an official, because that seemed like it was an official like Mobb Deep mixtape. Like y'all put it out unofficially through J Love. So he found the shit himself and put it out?
Yeah, when you working in different studios sometimes, if
Oh,
you don't
shit.
if you don't take your shit out of there and just erase whatever's going on, it'll pile up. You know what I mean? It'll pile up, and then somebody will remember that it's there, and then they just give them more. But, you know, at the end of the day, those are songs that, you know, this is in the 90s, right? Like, you know, so those are songs that we was never going to use. You know what I'm saying?
How?
I mean, you know, those are songs that didn't make the album. Like, we ain't fuck with it.
Was it like unclear, like samples you couldn't clear?
Nah, it was just, like, we used to go in the studio and make, like, 40 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you only could put, like, what, 12, 14 on the album?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And if anything beyond that, now you're losing publishing. So we used to have to sift through 40 songs, you know what I mean? And we'll come out with the best batch, and then the rest would just be like whatever. But if it was today, like, you know what I mean? If it was today, like now, you know, what's going on now, I mean, we wouldn't like just discard those songs and not never think about them, you know what I mean? But back then, we was just like, you know what I mean, whatever. Because a lot of them was on like reels, you know what I'm saying? Like 24 years reels and stuff like that.
No, that My Missus was dope, man. That was a dope mixtape, man. I always thought that was an official mixtape that you guys gave to J Love just to put out for the streets. So when you just said you lose your publishing, so you said over 14, 15 songs, it starts getting kind of, can you explain that to the people?
Yeah, I don't know the technicalities of it, but when you start doing more than the songs that you're supposed to do, like on the album, because it's really supposed to be like tops 12, you know what I mean? Now it's probably, you know what I'm saying, different, but I don't know how they're doing it with the streams. But back then, on the albums and CDs and all of that, based on your publishing deal, you know what I mean, your publishing structure, if you do more than 12 songs, it start chewing away at your publishing. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really want to do that. So, you know, to the people that was doing like the double albums, those are probably motherfuckers that already went like 10 times platinum because they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the average artist, they not doing no more than 14, 12 drinks.
How much music would you say you're sitting on? Unreleased music?
Right now?
Yes.
God damn, like I'm sitting on like 40 albums, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I work on beats every day. People ask me like what I do for fun. I be like, make beats. Like that's all I do. That's my fun.
So, what was it, 2 years ago? You went to Days Cannabis. They had the listening party for Cormega.
Yeah,
You didn't release that. Y'all didn't release that.
not yet.
Why not?
Because I started working on I got the green light from the family to work on, you know, the Mobb Deep album. And once I just, you know what I mean, I zoned out. Like as soon as I knew I could finish up the Mobb Deep album,
Right.
I just had tunnel vision. But me and Mega's getting back to it.
That's going to get back to
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how long did it take for them to actually say it was okay, give you the green light?
It took a long time. You know what I mean? I knew it was gonna be like that. You know, his family's grieving. You just don't want to jump right in. But 4 years in, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I want to, I'm asking the family like, what's good? But we had to come to some kind of good agreement. We came to a great agreement, and they gave me the green light.
Speaking of his family, his daughter,
Yeah,
Santana Fox.
she's a rapper
She's a rapper
and producer. Yeah.
So you would co-sign her?
All day. I mean, when I first heard her rapping, I was amazed. I didn't get a chance to ask her, but I really wanted to know, like, did your father know you, Fred? Because, you know what I mean? Because she's nice.
Right.
Yeah, well, Santana Fox, man, that would have been dope if she was on the album. That would have been a good idea. Was that in the talks? Did that ever like come across?
Yeah. We kind of considered it, a bit, but, we had to kind of like keep a certain structure, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And what we was doing, but, we would love to You know, you never know in the future you put on something.
Yeah. Does she have some of the music too of the unreleased music from Prodigy?
Absolutely. I mean, she got, you know, a lot of her father's material, you know, a lot.
So you had to do some negotiation. So when you say family, she was like one of the main person negotiating with the music and.
Yeah, definitely his daughter. You know what I mean? He left everything for the kids.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So for that album, it's just you and Alchemist that produced it, right?
Just me and LC.
Did you want anybody else?
No.
No. You just wanted to keep it a tribute to.
Yeah, because, you know what I mean? I wanted it to sound cohesive, like one cohesive project, not with too many fingerprints on it. You know what I mean? Like how we always did with all deep albums. Like we might have let 1 or 2 producers on there.
Right. So I'm going to say that album is fire, right? I was driving back from New York. I was on 95, and I felt like I was in 95. I'm going to tell you that. Like, it just brought me right back to the days.
Hey.
All right. Then I'll bring it back a little bit to H&IC. I see you only did, 2 tracks on there?
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that? Because, you know, prior to that, you know, you did most of, you know, Prodigy's joints and.
Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was P, you know what I'm saying, spreading his wings, you know what I mean? He wanted to be heard on a different production, and I was all for it, you know what I mean? I would have let him do the whole album without any of my tracks, you know what I mean? Just so he could shine and, you know what I mean, and show people how he could rap on other production. That's what you got to do as an artist sometimes.
Yeah. So this is when Alchemist came in the fold at this time?
He came in the fold during Murder Music.
Oh, Murder Music. Okay.
Yeah, he did the realest track.
All right. And then from there, it was ongoing.
It was, I mean, fucking Alchemist is dope. He was dope back then. He's dope now.
Yeah, definitely. I can see y'all doing like a collab album, like both of y'all spitting on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He's dope. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Oh. So you recently just met Dr. Dre for the first time?
Yeah.
How did that happen? I know most of your fan base, so your biggest fan base is in LA. How do you not meet Dr. Dre all this time?
You know what I'm saying? Because look, you know, I make my own beats. You know what I mean? I never really, you know what I'm saying, needed no beats from nobody else. But I just never ran into him. I never ran into him. You know, Dr. Dre don't go out, so you know what I mean. So I just never. But so when I did run into him just now, like recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I was bugging. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre, like. You know what I mean?
And how did it make you feel when he was like, you inspired him, or, you know, he looked up to you as well?
It made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel him, man. He was like, yo, man, you know, I fuck with your shit. You should inspire me. I was like, shit, nigga, you should inspire me. Like, you know what I mean? So, but, word, that was a good experience.
Okay. So one of my favorite songs is Hey Love. How was it working with 112, and how did that come about?
It was dope working with 112. You know what I'm saying? Up until that point, until we made Hey Love, you know what I'm saying? We just had all, obviously, of course, it's Mobb Deep. We just had all, you know what I'm saying, thugged out records, you know, and just, you know, for the clique, for the crew. And, you know, you get tired of sometimes you performing, it's just all dudes in the crowd. So we like, yo, we want to do a, you know what I'm saying, shorty record. So we did it. Our manager at the time, Chris Lighty, hit up 112, and I flew to Chicago to record that record actually in R. Kelly's studio. Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was it transitioning working with 50 and working with G Unit? So I know before that, you know, 50, I don't know what song it was, but he had a couple of stick lines about Mobb Deep. Was it, you know, how'd you push your pride to the side and be like, you know what, we need to come together? Because I see P was all for it. How did you feel about that? How that conversation go?
If P was with it, I was with it. But you know what? Look, if 50 call you up after you get dropped off from a label, you know what I'm saying, once again, and you just like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Be good. We just gonna do this shit independent. 50 call you up and be like, yo, and he on fire at the time, like, you know what I'm saying?
He on fire and into a lot of shit.
That he on fire, you know? So he called my phone, you know what I'm saying? And like, yo, look, I heard y'all free agents, you know what I'm saying? I want to sign y'all. The last thing I'm thinking about is the Mobb Deep. line he said. You know what I mean? It was just like,
Yeah, no doubt. Nah, that's grown shit. You know, fuck it. This is my business. You know what I'm saying?
But we became mad cool. You know what I'm saying? Because he from Queens. You know what I mean? Like, so he from Queens, we from Queens, and we all got together and started making music. Took us on tour.
Cause y'all was this is when G Unit was in the thick of it, like beefing with the industry. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got down with him, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know, you know, P was all for it. He was going DVDs, mixtapes, talking. He didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you ever had talks with P like, yo, you know, I know you guys are separate. You know, you got him, he has P, that's you. But you ever have talks to him like, yo, bro, I know we here doing this, but sometimes you need to be cool, or you just like, yo, P, do you, and I don't give a fuck. What was it like?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I just let P do it. You know what I mean? I really let P do him, and whatever he did, right or wrong, I just had his back. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, it's on, it's on.
But I'm saying, even if it's on, so you let him do what he want. But did you ever have a talk like, yo, bro, I don't really agree with this, but I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I must, you know.
Nah, I literally let P do what he do. You know, I let people be who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I mean? It's, you know, it might cause a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, friction for us, but I support him, you know what I'm saying, and whatever he do, like, I just support him, like, because a lot of times what I noticed with me and him, if I try to be like, no, P, you gotta do it like this, like, just do this many bars, and then the nigga do 100 bars, and it just sound crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned to just let P be P, like, literally, you know what I mean, and that's what made Mobb Deep work.
Yeah, because you definitely, I didn't really see you go out. You really didn't really go out nobody like that. Like, Drop a Gem on them, I think, was the one that you really, that was really it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the solid partner.
That was really the one where you went in. You know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, Pac at the time was like, you know, a rock star. So it's like, yeah, he said my name, fuck that, we going in. I don't know if it was on the Mom Misses or I forgot what album it was, but y'all had an altercation with Keith Murray. You know what I'm saying? I remember P's bars. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That was the Infamous album.
That was the Infamous, okay.
That was the Infamous album.
Okay. So what happened? What's the origin of that? Like,
because Prodigy did a skit and you know, on the Infamous album, and I guess, you know what I'm saying, Keith Murray and them thought that Prodigy was talking about them. P said he wasn't really talking about them or whatever, but when you listen to it, you can understand why they might think, you know what I'm saying, somebody talk about them, because he was saying something, whatever he was saying. And so, you know, they saw each other at the tunnel and, you know what I'm saying, a little altercation ensued. But, you know, we all cool.
Yeah, everything's all cool now. You know, I just wanted mine, you know, back in the day when, you know, when I was listening to shit, I just never knew how that came about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what
it was actually at the tunnel, too, when they saw each other.
Yeah. That was at the, that was a tunnel, yeah, because, you know, Prodigy, I know those words for line when he was talking that talk, you know what I'm saying, at that time. So I was like, damn. But then again, like I said, my man Hav, you just keep it cool. You just know how to keep that shit cool. Yeah, you don't really, you just like, yo, I'm making the beat. I'm outside, you know.
I'm low key.
You low key, man.
Real low key.
You know, in this game, especially in this rap game, it's so competitive, man. It's kind of hard to even stay that way. You got to stay level headed and not get knocked off, you know what I'm saying? Knocked off your horse and all that, man. You got to really tunnel vision because these motherfuckers will come at you and you start going back and forth. And sometimes it's good for business. By the end of the day, sometimes that shit just goes sour and just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
Yeah, it depends. That's what I'm saying.
But, you know, like I always say, hip hop is a contact sport. You know what I mean? It was built off of battling. You know what I mean? As long as it stay on the record, cool. Anything outside of that is just counterproductive. Nobody don't need to be killing each other over music. Music is here to bring us together. You know what I'm saying? It's not to, you know what I'm saying, make people die. You know what I'm saying?
Who produced that song, Averex?
I don't even. What song is that one?
That was like one of them. That was like some unreleased shit, I think. That
they probably somebody named it Averex. If I hear it, I'll be like, oh, that shit. Most likely, I probably did it.
And how was it working with Prince?
Oh man, that shit was crazy. I couldn't even I was bugging that I was even in his presence. You know what I mean? He walked in the studio, you know what I mean, and was helping me out with this track. I just was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Prince. You know what I mean? Like, the greatest of all time, you know. He was in the same studio we was working in. I think he actually owned the studio. It's called Electric Lady, right there on West 4th Street. I believe he owned it. Yeah. My friend brought him in there. He's like, yo, Prince about to come in here. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And then he really walked in the fucking room.
Oh shit.
Now that's another one of the tracks that you did that he wouldn't clear it.
No. On this song called Young Love, it was a Prince sample and we couldn't clear that.
And that was on Mobb Misses. I think Young Love. Yeah, I was on it.
Because we couldn't clear it.
Young Love. Yeah.
We couldn't clear it. We couldn't clear it. Word.
So, do you have any other projects that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, I'm almost. We just right there finished with the Havoc and Method Man album. It's called Dirty P. So that one is almost in the can. It's done. We were just in the studio the other day. And then I got some secret surprises with some like major artists. I don't want to, you know what I mean?
You're on bad.
Yeah, but it's some fire shit. You know what I mean? For real.
Do you plan on dropping any solo?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I dropped a couple of solos. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck it. I just rather just produce and drop a verse here and there.
Okay.
So what Nas is doing, that Mass Appeal, is amazing. He's bringing back. So he did the joint with Ghostface. He did the joint with Raekwon. He put the Big L out. So when he came to you guys with it, man, like, how did it even come about? Like, what was that conversation like?
Well, basically, we didn't know that he was doing the Legend Has It thing, whatever it was. But when I was, when I was in album mode, I was like, damn, I got to find, nice little distribution for it. It wasn't too many people out there we could go to really that we trusted, but Nas was one of them. And he took on the project. You know what I mean? I trusted him with the project. He took it on. And that's when he came. He's like, yo, we about to do this thing called Legend Has It. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? It's cool with me.
So I think I've seen somewhere you said 25 songs. You had 25 songs with 15 of them cleared.
Right.
So he sat in on the process. How many of them was he like, nah?
He liked all of them, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna front. I gave him the record before anybody was rapping on. I was just rapping on the one with Georgia Smith. That was just a record that I had in the stash that I wasn't gonna let nobody hear, but I let Nas hear it, and he fought through there. That's how he jumped on that one.
So I want to bring it back a little bit to your Bro Killer Black. During Temperature Rising, at that time you was on the run, and you was
my brother was on the run.
Yeah, your brother was on the run. Yeah, and you was like helping him, stay on the run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was, my brother was on the run for the body or whatever, and I was just hiding them in different places and shit. And then eventually, they had the phone tapped. They called him. So they definitely called him.
Yeah.
It's crazy time. But we beat the case.
Yeah. You beat the case. And so how did your brother's passing affect you in your music and
the death of my brother, you said? Or
yeah,
oh, you talking about from Temperatures Rising?
Yeah.
Look, it's tough when you got a family member that's on the run. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because eventually when they get locked up, you thinking whether, they're going to beat the case, come out, spend 25 years in jail, whatever it is. So it had a major impact on me and Prodigy, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, a major part. It's my only brother, my only real biological brother, like,
yeah,
my best friend. So, and, it gave us a little content to rap about, you know what I'm saying? It was authentic, so it's one of my favorite songs.
No, word. So what can we expect, man, from my man Havoc other than the music, man? Remember y'all put that movie out, the Mobb Deep movie?
You told me
it was like Murder Music. Yeah, Murder Music.
That was all Prodigy. Prodigy did that, man. Prodigy was ill with it. P did that, but it's for me, I'm looking for artists, you know what I mean? Shit like that. I got my new radio show on Sirius XM Shade 45, you know what I'm saying? On Sundays. I got that popping also. Any of y'all MCs out there want to get your shit played on Sunday, You know what I'm saying? Hit my manager up, send an email, cause I'm out here trying to give niggas a shot.
Yeah, so you're playing music, you're doing interviews, you're creating that content, you know.
Absolutely.
Especially around the music these days. I don't think music enough by itself is enough. You definitely need some type of other type of content to, you know, hit that algorithm and
Yeah, music is the stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Music is the product that you use to sell your other shit.
yeah. Especially these days because streams ain't really paying out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, streams until we file a class action lawsuit against.
I think they just put out that, and I don't know. I think on the New York passed it to where it's a penny a stream now. Because before, remember on Spotify, it was 3 streams equal 1 stream. I mean, three streams equal 1 penny.
So now they got it up to 1 penny.
Now they got it to 1 penny a stream. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah.
We're supposed to be getting like, come on, like how much is a $1.99 for a joint? Like, come on, they supposed to get 50 cents off that at least.
You know, the metrics is crazy because now people are listening. Is everything is digital. So people are going back and listening to this music without having to buy anything. You know what I'm saying? So you're listening to music for free now. You feel what I'm saying? So the labels don't gotta put out physical copies and manufacturers ship them out. You can't there's no thing as shipping gold and shipping platinum no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it costs money to do that. Now you don't got to do that. So I don't know what metric they were using as far as when they did the streams to compare to like actual album sales.
It's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It's different now. That's why the artists today, they got to be really, really creative in what you're doing. I don't know exactly what all of that is, but these days, based on the money the non-money that you're making off of this music, you got to be very creative to make money. Of course, you could tour and all of that stuff, but you got to definitely be creative.
That's what I was going to ask, but I'm going to twist it this way. So what advice would you give your young self to get through this industry?
What advice would I give myself to get through the industry? Shit, like stay sober. You know what I mean? Like, cause you got to focus in this industry, cause these people will jerk you. They will jerk you, and you gotta. If they see you bent and just like don't care, they wanna get over you on you more.
Yeah. Yeah, I did, but I'm going for the mic.
Who are you listening to now? Besides you, besides the new album.
Oh, I was about to say Mobb. Who am I listening to? I listen to Griselda. I listen to shit. I listen to it all, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm just a fan of music. I even shit that you don't think that I'll be listening to. Like when it comes to these YNs, like I listen to it because I put myself in their shoes, and I hear where they coming from. You know what I mean? So I listen to, like, look, even back in the 90s, it was a lot of trash. You know what I'm saying? But you got to sift through it and find what you like. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of this shit that I fuck with. It's something that I do.
So on this latest Mobb Deep album, man, at the end, your first song y'all put out, Project was like, yo, I'll see you on the other side. I was like, God damn, what this is some shit they recorded beforehand? Or like, what was that? Cause a lot of people was like, is that like AI or some crazy shit? Like, what was that about? I'm like, was it a coincidence?
It was a coincidence because, when the family gave me his verses and, I'm playing it a cappella. And when I heard that, I like had to rewind it. I was like, what did he say? This, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all, I see you on the other side. Like, that's not AI. That's peak. Word.
Damn.
Word. For real.
That's words is powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I chose that song, because in the beginning of the song, he be like, I'm back, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, you all back. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like some Classic P right there.
That's the first joint.
No, that was a good pick right there.
Was it hard listening to some of his verses? Like, did it take you back? Did you you had to take a minute pause?
Yeah. It was definitely hard, listening to the, kind of, get you a little teary eyed and stuff. But that was my brother, you know what I mean? But, had to push through it. But every now and then, just listening to it just fucked me up.
Now, are there times, again, with the young niggas and everything that's going on, are there times where you're like, yo, like, I just can't fuck with this shit anymore? Or you just...
When it comes to the youngins?
With music, just music in general, like...
Oh, music? Man, I'm gonna be doing music until I'm like fucking 90, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really love music. Like, you know, I'm gonna be old just playing around with this shit. You know, I really love music.
What are you using now to make beats with?
I'm working on the native instruments Machine and Logic Pro, Logic Pro X.
No, okay. All right.
Is it machine or are you saying it? Is it?
It's to me it looked like it says Machine.
Okay.
No, I even went to the manufacturer and that's what they called it.
Okay. I didn't know if he was trying to throw in a little accident.
So you're more of a software or hardware guy. You like to use the
I like I like the
hardware, the pads.
where I could touch the pads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying, the new cats that produce it now, they just do the computer, but
Yeah.
that amazes me because I gotta feel something, like, you know what I mean? I gotta, tap on the beat, but you know what I'm saying, more power to them because they the shit be banging though, should be loud and
No, I do. Yeah, I use the MPC Live too myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Yeah. The pads. Yeah,
The beat you were playing earlier, that shit was crazy.
Nah, I appreciate you. You know,
Don't gas his head up.
it's not about gassing my head up, man. So out to my brother Blaze G on the hook. You know what I'm saying? My guy Fuego Bass, A Zip from Boston. We came together and made a motherfucking classic. It was a classic because we just played it. I ain't even tell him that. You know what I'm saying? After I told him that's my shit, but he heard it instantly. He's like, "Yo, this shit hard." It was in organically though. We ain't push it on him, but not like that. We just played it. Yo, what the fuck is this? I need it on my show.
Every time we go somewhere and they play that song, it's a guaranteed fight. Somebody is always a fight somewhere.
Yeah, it happened like 3 times, but yeah. It happened like 3 times and shit, man. But I appreciate your feedback on that, man. And you reaching out and wanting to play it on your show. I show you 4 or 5, man. That's what's up, man. And you've had some other records you heard of here today.
It was a couple I heard it.
See?
The first one is like the Karate Kid was popping.
Shout out to my guy Fast Lane Fast on that one, Karate Kid. You feel me? You from
That was the second joint. And the first one they played before that, I don't know the name of it, but I heard a couple of joints saying that shit. You know what I mean?
See, this is why it's important to come out to shit like this. You never know. The networking power that me and Leticia is trying to bring to y'all is epic and it's legendary. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Got a legendary guy in here. He's here an independent artist. Shout out to DJ Bing B for even setting that off and starting playing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this is what this is about, man. We here to network. We here to, get our content in front of strangers. You know what I'm saying? My man Havoc heard it. He loved it.
Bing
You know what I mean?
actually the first DJ that's done that out of all 3 podcasts that we've done live.
Oh, yeah.
First one to play local music, so shout
A
out.
lot of independent music, man. As we go, we're learning. So, we're going to tweak a lot of things when we do these. You know what I'm saying? But definitely going to add that implement. Definitely, play a lot of independent artist music from around the area, especially in New England, because, our market, like I said, is dark. But, try to bring some light to it, A lot of talent out here. And I appreciate everybody coming out for this, man. Definitely, man. But, we're almost coming to the end, though. But I got my guy Molly, the smuggler in the building. He going to come around with that microphone and have the audience ask some questions.
That's my new favorite album.
Thank you.
Thank you for the support, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt. My name is somebody from the London, Connecticut. Here with Massive Entertainment and Salmon. So there's been a lot of debate back in London. Well, people I hang out with. Who you got, Infamous or Hell on Earth album?
Infamous and Hell on Earth? Infamous all day. Because without the Infamous album, trust me, I wouldn't even be sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Silk Ones did a hell of a job for us.
Yeah, Hell on Earth is mine because, no doubt I was driving around, bang, it's Hell on Earth. No doubt all day, so.
Thank you.
I don't doubt.
My name is Raph. I'm very what's the outfits. What up, Havoc? Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
And thank you, Frank Neal, for having us. Seriously.
And thank you, Leticia J. Don't forget me. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that, all right? Thank you.
My question is, how is it as an artist coming up, juggling family and just the venture and just learning everything at the same time?
I mean, look, we was young when we came up, so we ain't really have to worry about, like, if you talk about family, like raising a kid or whatever it is. But it still was an obstacle course. You know what I mean? Because we didn't know nothing about the business. But once we got in, it's all we wanted to do. You know what I mean? So it's like really you juggling with one ball. You know what I mean? It's like I'm only doing music. I ain't thinking about nothing else. You know what I mean? That's it.
Who's an artist in any genre that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
An artist in any genre. That's a tough one, but great guy. You know, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Producing for other genres. Because like I said, I love music.
Yo, Ad. My name is Louis Vehan, if you don't know. I'm from Syracuse. Just did 20 plus years in the pen for a body.
Salute.
But
Welcome home.
myself and my brother, Thump Mendoza, he was the best rapper that ever came out the Cuse. You heard me. He was the best rapper that ever came out the Cuse. For what Mobb Deep meant to myself and my bro, we literally seen ourselves in Mobb Deep. And when we heard the Infamous for the first time, and the first record that I heard that really caught my attention was Shook Ones. When I heard Shook Ones, when I walked in the mixtape store, shit froze me, man. I'm a producer myself and a rapper. But what you did for Mobb Deep is what I did back home in the Cuse when it came to me and the bros. They literally thought that we was the Mobb Deep of Syracuse.
No doubt.
Literally. But when I heard Shook Ones and then Survival of the Fittest, and then right after that, every night, every day,
I hear his man gun play. I think I'm losing my mind.
Shout out to Chinky.
That was on my missus.
but it was late night, and the bro was coming in. You know, he was wilder than me. He was acting crazy. I was a quiet, sneaky one. He was just on Front Street with it. But when he came through the door late night and he was banging that record on the radio, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Turn that down. Might be still asleep. He was like, yo, listen to this. When he played the record and then he cut it off, what really gave me the chills is when he said, yo, they killed Pop tonight. Oh, man. I heard that record for the first time the night Pop got hit up. And it made me feel different about hip hop as a whole. But I'm letting you know, I been knew Mobb Deep was serious. I felt that shit in my soul. And Mobb Deep was everything. That was everything too.
Word.
Boy, y'all made amazing history, and I look up to you as a producer and artist.
Yo, Hammond.
Great God.
Peace. My brother. Thank you for everything, too, sis. Yo, who was the illest nigga from Queensbridge that we never heard?
Has he never heard?
Like Killshot.
Killer Shaw was nice.
You know who was?
Killer Shaw was nice. Shit. It's this other kid named Pop. He used to live on 10th Street. He used to live on 10th Street. His name's Pop. He ended up doing the bid too. I think for a body, word up. Yeah, and he, you know what I mean? That's how that happened. But he was one of the nicest niggas that niggas never heard. Queensbridge.
So yeah, obviously have a relationship. You gonna produce a track with or
All day. That's the guy right there.
okay.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
Almighty from Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes.
The Hill McDye Trap Beats. Thank you for your contributions. You say you're looking for new artists. You know how much we give it up for you out in Hartford. Sony Rangers got on his, so I'm just putting that in again, you know.
No doubt. Salute. Holla at Storm, you heard? He right here, my manager.
Definitely got you.
Yo, I got a question, man. I seen you said you produced that Biggie and Lock song.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Can you tell us a lot of, any other songs that produced that people don't know that you actually produced it? Any other artists other than Queens artists, maybe like that?
I mean, I did the Jadakiss Wide Brain. I did like two Eminem joints. I did the Vultures joint for Kanye not too long ago. I did what else I did? I did the setup of Nas. What'd you say? Oh, the joint Famous by Kanye. I did that too with featuring Rihanna. There's a lot of joints that I did that people don't know because I don't use a name tag, but you know, it's cool.
Earlier.
Time. My name is Juju, the People's Advocate Honey Bunny, and I'm best known as Labarachi within the prison system in which I served 10 years. Okay, I'm doing multiple things in my community. I'm very serious about my work, and I'm going to hone into my music more. I'd be quite interested in working with you in the future once I prove myself and have the following in the reach. And if you'd be interested in doing something with Getaway, but run away.
Okay.
Yeah. And, my book, it's going to be Pretty Woman, my version. Thank you, guys.
No doubt. Salute.
That's it. That's OEO.
You on what?
One more, right? Oh.
Of course, there's always energy for a black green. How you doing? Always put up your energy. You know, that's how it goes. Hello, Mr. Havoc, sir.
How you doing?
I just wanted to come and say I was the only female place tonight. Shout out to the DJ.
That song was fire, by the way. I saw you.
Somebody used to be like, quit. He said it. But I still just say thank you for being the backbone of hip hop, for helping raise me. You know, you're my pen. Your biggest and a blessing. You know, I told you lately. I'm here to tell you now. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. What up, Havoc? My name is Mobb from Let's Talk About It podcast. So piggybacking off of what she said about her being the only female play, how do you feel about the future of the female MC? And nobody's talking about the females here tonight, so let's talk about the ladies. How you feel about working with females? And
I mean, females are an intricate part of, hip hop music in general. You know what I mean? I see a real bright future for the females in hip hop. As you've seen for the past couple of years, it's been like a female takeover. Like they've been selling more records than the guys.
Definitely, it's empowered right now. But what would be your advice to the female MCs right now in the world right now, come in love with the guys, and how can they separate themselves or even elevate themselves to be heard?
I could just simply say like just be yourself, be original. That's it. Because once you yourself, it'll leak. We'll be able to feel it.
I'm Mariah. Nice to meet you. Where's the Abby?
So thank you for coming. So my question is, studying your image and views and your work and listening to the trials and tribulations that you went through during your career, what is the one thing that you held on to that made you continue to get out of bed, not give up, and go on to the next chapter?
That's my sister. No, I'm gonna buy
The one thing that I held on to that made me just get out of, because I want to win. You know what I'm saying? Every day, all the time, I want to win. So
Want to force that win? Yes, sir. You got any questions? You?
Maybe.
What you come on, let's go.
So eggs on my screen. Where was it? Was there ever a feature verse from another artist that had made you rethink your own verse?
Oh man. Every time I rap with Prodigy.
So I'm gonna say, right? So every time I read into you, I was like, he's mean. But then I found out you're in Gemini, and I was like, he ain't mean. He just got that. He's straight thinking. You got 50 million things on your brain, so you ain't paying attention right now. I'm gonna just have this.
My thinking cap is on 24/7.
Listen, I was like, oh, he's a Gemini. All right, so we're gonna wind this down. My last question to you is, right? So with everything that you've been through, this music industry, mental health, what does that mean to you, and what do you do on a daily basis to keep yourself together, sane?
Yeah, mental health is definitely important. Just period in general. Me, you know what I'm saying? I just try to ignore the shit out of haters. Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, I try not to in too much to the comments and shit like that and let it get to me. Because people are fucking hateful. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And miserable, just like you said. So, to be honest with you, I let that shit bounce off of me every day, all day. Whenever it come at me, that's how I keep my sanity. I don't give a fuck what you're saying about me, how you feel about me, because I just want to win, and I'm going to keep doing that. Because as human beings, if you don't fuck with somebody, we got the freedom to just get them out of our space or leave that space. Right. That's it. And then I got a mission. That's it.
Right. Say that.
Yeah. I'll bring it back one more time. During the Quiet Storm time, when you did Quiet Storm at first, part one, before the remix, you wasn't even really feeling like that, right? P's the one that really looked like, yo, listen, this is the one. He had the ear for it. What made you not fuck with that when you first made it?
I mean, I used to always make a lot of beats all the time. You know what I'm saying? Prodigy used to come to the crib and go to my computer, and Quiet Storm was one of them. He was like, what's this beat? I was like, it's just some shit I did, whatever. He did a whole solo song to it. You know what I mean? And then by the time when the album was done, that solo song was on the album, and everybody was like, yo, we got to make that shit the first single. But I was like, yo, I'm not even on this song. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, yo, you made the beat. Fuck it. And then I was like, fuck it. And that just goes to show that sometimes in this game, you got to be a team player. It's not all about you. It's on a team player.
Because Rank thinks he's my boss all the time. I gotta be on the team all day, every day.
And then you got Little Kim on it. That might have been her best verse, period. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
That was like a super blessing. You know what I mean? To have Little Kim on the joint.
And when she was doing that verse, what was when you heard that? Because it seemed like, back then, the rumors that she was going at Foxy. You know what I'm saying?
Look. And then all I know is when I heard the verse, I'm like, he goes, we out of here. That's it. I was like, we out of here as soon as I heard the verse.
And then Foxy got on that CNN joint, it seemed like, and it was just like, they tried to, I don't know if it was like the, the media or whatever, trying to portray something, What's your opinion on that?
Oh, look, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, hip hop is a contact sport. If they was going at each other, let them go at each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a healthy beef. You know what I mean? And look, think about it. You know what I'm saying? Foxy was going at Little Kim, on their song. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Little Kim was going at Foxy. And look, Mobb Deep and CNN is like brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it ever would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like it was the contact sport. That's all that was. You know what I'm saying?
It's hip hop.
Word. Give me a force to win story, man. When your back was against that wall, man, you had to just really get outside, get up and, fuck that, man. I got to win. I got to get this shit done. I got to overcome this obstacle.
Man, easy. Like I said, when we did the Juvenile Hell album, we got dropped off the label. You know what I mean? We got dropped off the label, and that shit really could fuck with your ego. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your ego, your pride. But you just got to be strong, and it's not how you fall. Like they always say, it's how you get up. You know what I mean? And we just got up, and we was like, and then we made Shook Ones. You know what I mean? So you can't never give up, man. Even you could get dropped off a fucking label, be broke, don't have no money. That should inspire you. It shouldn't make you more depressed. It should, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
that should get depressing. Nigga. You got to jump off the label. You got these bills.
That's when people
coming up.
Play best music. When
they got your girl in your ear. You motherfucking loser. We need to get this shit going. You over here rapping. You get dropped. You know what I'm saying? That should get really, you know what I'm saying? Unmotivate you. But, you got to force that win.
And that was one of those times.
All right.
Well, again, I just want to say thank you for sitting with us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to sit here with us tonight. So I appreciate you tonight.
Thank you from all of y'all coming out. I was loving the music that I heard tonight, man. Y'all keep that shit up. Y'all are the people that's going to keep hip-hop alive. You know what I mean? Y'all the people that really count. Because y'all came out, you know what I mean? And y'all represented, and y'all really, y'all in this shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they just stay home and fuck it, whatever. These are the people right here that's going to carry hip-hop into the next phase.
So for any artists out here that wants to get music to your platform, again?
They can hit me at Havoc at theinfamoushour.com. I'll play, if it's dope, I'll play it on my show. It's on every Sundays, 3 p.m. on Shade 45. Y'all check that out.
Y'all heard that right. If it's dope, don't be sending him no trash music. Don't do that.
But again, thank you guys all for tuning in or coming in tonight. I won't say tuning in because I'm so used to doing the radio, right? So thank you guys.
They're all going to tune in, though. They're all going to tune in, too.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. My name is Peace then.
And it's your boy, Frank Nino. Like I said, I appreciate all y'all coming out, man. Keep forcing the win, because if you don't force the win, they're going to force the loss on you. So make sure, whatever you do, positive vibes and keep trying to win.